with 20 working languages, and this is where we talk about languages and language learning and all sorts of other stuff, and we play games. This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time, and we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks. Perfect. Okay, 3 of 4.
El hospital.
還元一級の先というのは、本当に誰も知らない字ばっかりでしょうね。私は Okay, we've leveled up and it is time to pick another language. Morfar är tröttare än vanligt. Maten är färdig. And let's see what we're doing when we get back. Greek! We're doing Greek when we get back. Ben neredeyse her gün okula giderim. Fun fact. Turkish. Hello, Shakespeare. How you doing? Fun fact, in Spanish, the word for bishop in chess is alfil. And that actually comes from Arabic. Fil. The same word fil as this. Meaning elephant, because the bishop traditionally was to represent elephant units somehow. Similarly, in Russian, the word for bishop is squab, and that also means elephant. This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time, and we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks. Ça, c'est ça, que c'est ça, non ça, c'est ça. Sol chi sa che nulla sa, ne sa più di chi ne sa. Ecco.
Bonjour et bienvenue à Hyperpolyglotting avec Élise. Moi c'est Élise, traductrice, éditrice et écrivain avec 20 ans de travail. Et ça c'est la transmission en direct ou en jeu des jeux, surtout GeoGuessr en dernier temps. Et parle des langues, de la linguistique, de l'acquisition des langues.
10-159. Haven't made a huge dent in it, but we're getting there. Okay, gonna do some Chinese now. Nei. Man. Yen. Yo. 5. Ducks are drinking wine. Bambas, okay, Bambas is duck. Okay, I have now leveled up. Let's see what the XP situation is now. 10,340 out of 12,500. And as always, viewers can choose my next language for me just with a follow and a $5 to my Patreon.
Sotto le frasche del capanno 4 gatti grossi stanno. Sotto 4 grossi sassi, 4 grossi e grassi gatti. Un généreux déjeuner régénéré, des généraux dégénérés. Un généreux déjeuner régénéré, des généraux dégénérés. Facile. Sì, ecco, la gente... è la cosa che mi dice la gente, sempre che scoprisce che quante lingue parlo, io sempre avevo l'impressione, diciamo, di che non era così, non era tan così, ma poi, dopo di aver visto qualche poliglota in YouTube, una delle cose che avevo scoperte era giustamente che la metodologia usata da quella gente poliglota che non avevo mai conosciuta prima, era più o meno la stessa metodologia che usavo io. I find a computer or what? And yeah, and here's another example. I like to point these out. For this word for or, what sounds vaguely like hogun and hok, the hok in hogun in Korean or waku in Japanese, and that means it is the exact same kind of character.
Okay, let me see.
Un chasseur, sa chien chassé, ses chassés sont son chien de chasse.
Der dicke Dach.
Okay, der dicke Dachdecker deckt dir dein Dach, drum dank dem dicken Dachdecker, dass der dicke Dachdecker dir dein Dach deckt. Hola y bienvenidos al directo de Hyperpolyglotting with Elise. Yo soy Elisa, traductora, escritora y editora y comunicadora social con más de 20 idiomas de trabajo. Y aquí vamos a estar jugando videojuegos, sobre todo GeoGuessr, y hablando de idioma, la mejor forma de aprenderlo y caleta más. Zwei Zwetschgenzweigen zwitscherten zwei tschechische Schwalben. Tres tristes tigres tragaban trigo en un trigal en tres tristes trastos. Oh, I see. This is Diche Ishai Food, which means do you want food? But yeah, are you hungry? That kind of thing. How are the boys? Cocine tacos. Posso Milao. Pote. Buenese. Proteine. Utros. Topulo. In the designated chicken eating area, obviously. Hello and welcome to Hyperpolyglotting with Elise. I'm Elise, translator, writer, and editor with 20 working languages, and this is the stream where we're going to play some GeoGuessr and we're going to look at some of the best and perhaps not so best of language learning YouTube. How's everybody doing today, chat? As I get prepared to get stuck into some GeoGuessr. And start out with the daily challenge as we have been lately. Okay. This looks European to me. Something about this road. Okay, that looks like a building that might have some signage on it. Oh, okay, here we go. Popieros plásticas. That sounds Baltic. Stiklas Nebuk. Yeah, okay, Lithuania or Latvia.
Okay. I have to say I don't know either of those languages well enough to tell them apart, though I can recognize both. I'm going to say probably it's Latvia? It is, in fact, Lithuania. 4,085, though. Not too bad. Okay, again, probably not the US or Canada. Very dry kind of soil here. Very red, too. Maybe South Africa. Maybe some part of Australia. Maybe some part of South America. It's hard to say so far. Sociedad de Cazadores. La Protectora. Registro de Coto. Número CR. 11.518. Camino de la Casada. Valle de Peña. CR. CR. Tal vez Costa Rica? I don't know. Bastard. Okay. Busco olivares en arrendamiento. Arrendamiento. Suena un poco chileno. A ver, ¿qué tenemos acá? Madrid, Córdoba, Ciudad Real. No, cagué. La cagué completamente. Si estamos en España, weón. Ok, Ciudad Real, E5, A4, Madrid, Córdoba. Y acá estamos cerca de Valdepeña. Ok. Totally with that one. So, and how much time I got left? 107. Okay. Valdepeña. 49.97. Okay. This also feels kind of like Latin America. We got some street signs. Black street signs with those arrows. Those arrows make me think Uruguay. Not sure about that. Yeah, let me see. Ara de cuero. Artículo de cuero, a lo mejor. Yeah, Spanish-speaking place, certainly. Man, have we got a street sign someplace I could look at? Ah, here we go. That's blurred. Yeah, I think we are in Uruguay. We were in fact in Argentina. Okay. This feels very northern. No trees anywhere. Sort of rocky, igneous looking soil. This feels like it might be Iceland. Selhexgöta. Göta. Yeah, that is feeling Icelandic. I mean, I guess it could be Faroese, too. Not entirely sure. Don't know enough about Faroese to really tell them apart. Although I know I have actually... Parkering. That does not. Skomakari. Sjukhuset norr i Rotterdam. Now I'm really not sure because although parkering does not... I'm not sure what the Icelandic for parking is. But I don't think it's parkering. Oh, I was right. And this is the 4909. Not bad. This is the first time I have ever on GeoGuessr been to the Faroe Islands, too. Okay, we have mailboxes. Canusa style mailboxes, but this somehow does not feel like Canusa. Which makes me think maybe NZ? Yeah. Let's see those street names. The street names generally do a pretty good job of distinguishing Australia from Aotearoa. But not that one, that's very English. Bainton Street. That could be lots of places. Okay, yeah, left side driving. Welcome to Kingston. Yeah, let me see. No, wait. Kingston, it's .au. Never heard of a Kingston in Australia, though. Kingston by Hobart, Tassie. 49.98, not bad. Bainton's, yeah, there it is. Okay, 22,137 for a daily challenge where I'm working against the clock. That's probably one of my best results. Top 11.82%. Not bad, not a bad start for the day. Okay, classic maps, classic maps. I recently heard about a new way of playing it, or, well, new to me anyway. Call it GeoGuessr Pointless. Tons per axle with 2 ends. That sounds kind of Canadian. And my understanding of this is that Yeah. Yeah, this is Canada. My understanding is that the goal is to get as few points as possible. Junction. Elgin County. I think we're in Ontario. I'd never seen that sort of sign before. Port Stanley. Okay. Municipality of Central Elgin. Community Port Stanley. Never heard of Port Stanley. Yeah, Canadian flag there. Further confirmation. Ahoy! Yeah. Yaksemash. Yeah, more Canadian stuff. Central Elgin. I'm almost certain we must be someplace in Ontario. Dobrze, dobrze. Elgin. There we go, yeah. I think we found it. Elgin Lyndhurst. Oh, it's up by Kingston. That's why I'm not seeing it. Oh, hell. Yeah, in Canada, you can get less than 4,000 points and still be in the right province. Because Ontario, I can say this having been across the width of it, is huge. Okay, almost certain we're in Japan. 確実だ。マルキパーキング。いや、日本だ。斎藤信号手前。でも日本といってもどこなのかな。リホノの動物病院。リホノ。初耳だな。幸福実現。杉原英子。幸福実現と。偉そうにな。幸福実現と初耳の成功だよ。有岡庄司。でもまず何県の何市なのかということを調べる。大和 大和運送運輸。Wise Residence Incorporated. What we need now is a prefectural route. Or a national route. A national route will work just as well. But the prefectural route signs, at least some of them actually say what prefecture you're in. Oh, this'll help. Odawara, Tokyo, Chigasaki, Yokohama, Kokudo 1号線. Okay, so wherever we are, it is right between Odawara, Chigasaki, Tokyo, Yokohama on the Route 1. Okay, getting out of Canada. Yokohama, Tokyo はokay. それなら first of all, okay, there we go. Odawara, Chigasaki. Hatsumi no 地名ばっかりじゃ。下田、西伊豆、牧之原。見てみよう。茅ヶ崎。So wherever this is, see, so there's Yokohama. You turn, okay, to turn towards Odawara is to turn away from Tokyo and Yokohama. So we've got that much. Chigasaki. Right here. Okay, that tells me that we are in between. Okay, someplace in here, maybe Kamakura? Never actually been there. That. Yotsuya. Kannanaka? Tsujido, Fujimicho. Ofuna. Hongodai. Yeah, not seeing it so far. Fujisawa. Okay. And the C4. C4は見えないんだ。じゃあ。伊勢原、藤沢。$49.91. Okay. If it weren't for Ontario, I would be on track to break my record with that score, or actually at least to equal it. But Ontario happened. Last time I was so close, and then Indonesia happened. Hey Riveroon, how you doing? Okay. No signs. Okay, the fences are fairly makeshift. Looks like somebody just cut some tree branches. That tells me we may be at long odds to find a street sign anywhere near here. I may cut things a little bit short today because I have stuff I have to do to prepare for the memorial service tomorrow for my mother's late husband. But, actually, I mean, in general, pretty good. It's a beautiful day here. Okay, we have a vehicle with no visible markings, all blurred. Okay. I mean, Thailand comes to mind. I mean, something about those leaves makes me think Southeast Asia, but sorry. Not entirely certain of that. Wow, they've... Oh, wait a second. They've really dropped me in the back blocks here. I thought I saw a sign, but it's just another building that's farther off. Are they ever gonna, like, give me a sign or something? I mean, maybe there's some botanical indicator here. Trouble is, botanical indicators are not really my speciality. Wait, what the hell just happened? Okay. Is that all I get? Well, let me see. I may have made the wrong choice starting out. Oh, very lush. Yeah. Even without Ontario, I wasn't going to be breaking a personal record on this one. Well, I mean, short of just pure luck, which I suppose does happen sometimes. In fact, let's see if we get some pure luck. I'm gonna just say this is someplace in Thailand. Fucking hell. 0 points. In Guerrero, weón? Oh, thank you. This happened months ago. It's just there's been so much other stuff to do that the memorial hasn't been able to happen. 0 fucking points. Bengali. Okay, so we're either in Bangladesh or West Bengal. Zero. Yeah, I don't think I've ever no, I think I have managed 0 points before. Actually, now I think of it. Well, I'm certainly not going to... Okay, 5 of 5. Okay, my immediate feeling is... Seom constructora, rehabilitación, reforma, obra nueva, obra civil. Okay, Spanish speaking. The company means nothing to me. Yeah, it's amazing how much stuff it has to be done. Okay, Gune Osoan. Ordua horario. Sarbi de murristua adierasten den epean. Okay. Basque Country. Euskera. Don't really know any Basque, but I know what it looks like. Obra social La Caixa. Okay. I didn't know Spain had obras sociales. I'd only ever heard of those in Argentina. Okay, so a major city in euskera. Irún, Francia. Okay, that helps. What road is that? NAE? A8. $49.77. Okay, closed it out nicely. Okay, Linchi. Okay, something Chinese speaking. Simplified Chinese, too. Commonwealth clothes. Housing and Development Board. Okay, could this be Hong Kong? Ahead, hump slow. Wait, Bahia. And what looks like Kami as well. Yeah, not thinking Hong Kong now. Now I'm beginning to think Singapore. Feeding pigeons is an offense. Moskor. Mozek. Sometimes I do. Mozek. Yeah, как мозги. .sg. Yeah, we're in Singapore. Feeding pigeons is an offense that carries a fine of up to 10,000. I'm not sure. Okay. People who throw food or feed the birds from their HDB unit can also be prosecuted for high-rise littering. Don't so much actively use them as these associations just sometimes exist, and I can't help noticing them. Okay. There's Queensway. $49.94. Okay, I am in this one with a chance to beat my record now. Okay, this feels like Canusa to me. Oh, hang on, there was something there. Yeah. Yeah, Canusa. That sign is very Canusa. God, these streets are pristine. I'll say that. I don't know where this is, but apparently these are like the cleanest streets I've ever seen in North America. Forest view. Ocean and forest view. Means nothing at all to me. Beyond the obvious that this is very much a very Anglo kind of place. All we're getting is no parking signs, though. I mean, I'm getting a vague California vibe here, but not entirely. Like, that grass does not feel very... I mean, not SoCal, anyway. Palm trees. I mean, that could be Northern California, I guess. San Francisco State University, I think that says. Okay. So it looks like we're probably in San Francisco. Oh, wait, okay, there's Ocean Avenue. Oh, hang on, I should get back to where we started here. And find it another street name to work with. Oh, well, there we go. There's Ocean Avenue and what, though? Middlefield. Ocean and Middlefield. Ocean and Middlefield. There we go. Okay, Lakeshore. It's by Lakeshore. $5,000. Okay. There we go. I am 6 short of a perfect score. That means I am currently in with a chance to beat my record. Okay. Okay. Kodesh. Okay. Al-Kayan. Bechebron. Okay. Shavut Rachel. Kabishalon. Okay. Tila. Yetzia. Yeah, okay, none of those place names is helping me. And even though there was something on that billboard that mentioned Hebron, aka Al-Khalil, I don't think that's where we are. I mean, though it could be. Oh wait, that says Jerusalem. Abu Tur, Wadi Ajuz, Baqa. Let's see, Ramat Alon, Neve Orod. Abu Dis. Ramat Rachel. Is that what that said? Hang on, let's get back. So we had a sign. It came up. No, Shavuot Rachel. Shchunat Achia Adi Ad Kavish Alon. Okay, so not Ramach Rachel. Jabel Mukabel. Menachem Ein Kerem. Eshkol. Nestity. Abu Rosh. Okay. So maybe I was hasty in interpreting that bus stop. Oh, there's that sign we had just seen a second ago. Okay, that looks like it might give me some insight. Kakar Yosef. Okay. On the other hand, this does not feel very urban. Okay. Achia Kida Esh Kodesh. Like, I've heard of one of those. Esh Kodesh sounds familiar. Other than that, I have no idea. I mean, it's clearly someplace kind of rural. Because apparently there are vineyards. Shoresh Beit Meir. Zan Oha. I don't think they've never actually had a clue in the occupied West Bank before, which is why I'm sort of skipping it, because I kind of don't think that's where this is. But on the other hand, I mean, topographically it kind of looks like it. That doesn't mean anything. Topographically it all looks fairly similar. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see if we get a little bit more informative signs. Maybe something with a route number would be handy. That is too blurry, even if it did have a route number. Okay. Oh, hang on. That was oh, the sign isn't there yet. Okay, this is Vineyard View Road still. Wherever the hell that is. And yet... Okay. Oh, there's a winery. Is this... Could this be the Vineyard View Road? Yeah. And also, so far, I have never actually had GeoGuessr take me into the West Bank. So I'm kind of doubting that they do. Is that another winery? More wineries, okay. Maybe this is the Winery View Road? Vineyard View Road, rather. $48.61. Okay, not breaking any records, and okay, that was indeed in the occupied West Bank. So, I guess Google Maps does not draw the line there, and therefore GeoGuessr does not either. Okay, this feels British. Tree degrees, tree care, .uk, yeah. But I'm going to take a little bio break first. And I will be back in just a few minutes. Hi, and welcome to Hyperpolyglotting with Elise. I am Elise, translator, editor, and writer with 20 working languages, and this is where we talk about languages and language learning and all sorts of other stuff, and we play games. This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time. And we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks.
Perfect. Okay, 3 of 4.
El hospital
還元一級の先というのは、本当に誰も知らない字ばっかりでしょうね。私は Okay, we've leveled up and it is time to pick another language. Mot tröttare än vanligt. Maten är färdig. And let's see what we're doing when we get back. Greek. We're doing Greek when we get back. Benedese. Her günü Fun fact. Turkish. Hello, Shakespeare. How you doing? Fun fact, in Spanish, the word for bishop in Czech is alfil. And that actually comes from Arabic. Fil. The same word fil as this. Meaning elephant, because the bishop traditionally was to represent elephant units somehow. Similarly, in Russian, the word for bishop is squab, and that also means elephant. Okay.
This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time. And we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks.
Ça, c'est ça, que c'est ça, non ça, c'est ça. Sol chi sa che nulla sa, ne sa più di chi ne sa. Ecco. Bonjour et bienvenue à Hyperpolyglotting avec Élise. Moi, c'est Élise, traductrice, éditrice et écrivain avec 20 ans de travail. Et ça, c'est la transmission en direct ou en jeu des jeux, surtout GeoGuessr en dernier temps. Et parle des langues, de la linguistique, de l'acquisition des langues. 10-159. Haven't made a huge dent in it, but we're getting there. Okay, gonna do some Chinese now. Nej. Man. Igen. Ja. 5. Ducks are drinking wine. Bangvas. Okay, Bangvas is duck. Okay, I have now leveled up. Let's see what the XP situation is now. 10,340 out of 12,500. And as always, viewers can choose my next language for me just with a follow and a $5 to my Patreon. Sotto le frasche del capanno 4 gatti grossi stanno. Sotto 4 grossi sassi, 4 grossi e grassi gatti. Un généreux déjeuner régénéré des généraux dégénérés. Un généreux déjeuner régénéré des généraux dégénérés. Facile. Sì, sì, ecco, la gente, è la cosa che mi dice la gente, cos'è sempre che scoprisci che quante lingue parlo, io sempre avevo l'impressione, diciamo, di che non era così, non era tan così, ma poi, dopo di aver visto qualche poliglota in YouTube, una delle cose che avevo scoperte era giustamente che la metodologia usata da quella gente poliglota che non avevo mai conosciuta prima, era più o meno la stessa metodologia che usavo io. I buy a computer or what? And here's another example. I like to point these out. For this word for or, what sounds vaguely like Hogun and the Hok in Hogun in Korean or Waku in Japanese, and that proves it is the exact same kind of character.
Okay, let me see.
Un chasseur, sachant chasser, ses chassés sont son chien de chasse.
Der dicke Dach.
Okay, der dicke Dachdecker deckt dir dein Dach, drum dank dem dicken Dachdecker, dass der dicke Dachdecker dir dein Dach deckt. Hola y bienvenidos al directo de Hyperpolyglotting with Elise. Yo soy Elisa, traductora, escritora y editora y comunicadora social con más de 20 idiomas de trabajo. Y aquí vamos a estar jugando videojuegos, sobre todo GeoGuessr, y hablando de idioma, la mejor forma de aprenderlo y caleta más. Zwei Zwetschgenzweigen zwitscherten zwei tschechische Schwalben. Tres tristes tigres tragaban trigo en un trigal en tres tristes trastos. Oh, I see. This says Diche Ishai Fui, which means do you want food? But yeah, are you hungry? That's also. How are the boys? Cocine da boy. Posso Milao. Pote. Buenas, proteine. Utros. In the designated chicken eating area, obviously. Okay, still 3 times I have to defeat him. And I don't have a whole lot of health left.
This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time. And we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of... Okay, and I'm back. Complicated things going on over here. But we got a couple more in this round. I have to say, one thing I couldn't help noticing is there are actually more signs in Arabic inside the green line than there were anywhere we were looking at just now. Come on, where can... Oh, that's a fucking dead end. Don't get as many of those in Britain. US suburban developers love them. Supermalt, never heard of it. Oh, okay, Avon. So we're probably someplace near the River Avon, which is also Avon. Avon is Welsh for river. Bollocks. Another dead end. Like, okay, how the hell do we get out of this system of dead ends? Checkers. Does that mean we're near Checkers, as in the Prime Minister's holiday place? Okay, another dead end. Okay. That looks like we're getting someplace. Cudham Drive. Okay. Yeah, we're in England, because there's nothing in Welsh. We're in Croydon. Okay. That narrows it down a bit. Kynaston, Holmesdale, Prince. The Glade. Stafford Road, Duppers Hill, someplace around here. 4979. Okay. Immediate thought is that this is Russia. Immediately confirmed. This is one of the well-maintained bits of Russia. Отделение по экзаменационной работе. Понятия не имею. Okay, but it's fairly urban kind of place, wherever this is in Russia. Certainly simplifies matters a bit, because the non-urban places are impossible. Самообслуживание. Обслуживание. Шиномонтаж. Всегда, всегда, если это Россия или Украина. Шиномонтаж. Везде. Ивана Сусанина. Не знаю. И что там видится? Wait, that's not a Russian stop sign. Is this an embassy? No. ФГБУ, ФБМС. Клиника. ФБМС. Московское протезно-ортопедическое предприятие. Окей, мы в Москве. $49.44. Okay. And since I'm cutting this a little bit shorter, I'm going to switch gears now, and we're gonna, let's see what we've got to look at video-wise. There are a number of things that look potentially interesting. But I see English for Everyone has published a video. It says, avoid mistakes, in brackets, comprehensible input. And are they saying comprehensible input is a mistake? Is that what they're about to tell us? I'm very curious. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they think that, because, I mean, their entire approach to what they seem to think is teaching English would suggest that I would be surprised if they even had heard the term. The video once again says, stop learning garbage.
Hello.
So we're going to stop learning garbage right now.
Welcome to English for Everyone, where we practice real-life American English. Today we're going to clear up some confusion, so
Oh, I can't wait. We're going to clear up some confusion. Yeah, so we're going to clear up some confusion.
Let's get started. First, this is not correct.
Yeah, so this is the last tower room. The roof on this one is very low, like.
Yeah.
I'm almost touching the roof on this place. But yeah, this is the last tower room.
Wow.
The roof is very low?
Well, I mean, the ceiling is also low, but I would imagine if the roof is low, if the ceiling is low, that's probably an indication that the roof is low.
I'm almost touching the roof? He's not talking about the roof, he's talking about the ceiling.
Like, wow, is this, do they just sit around watching YouTube to find people making fairly trivial grammatical errors? I mean, that guy, he sounds like a native speaker as well. Like, is this something they just randomly do?
So what is the difference? What's the difference between the ceiling and the roof? Can they be the same thing? No, I
mean, in a way, they are like parts of the same structural element. I mean, if you're on the top story.
Different. He was talking about the ceiling. Let's hear a real teacher explain it.
I did want to
what do you,
review that.
okay.
What you look up.
What do you mean a real teacher? Like, is Kevin saying that he isn't one?
When you are in a building, what you see above you is called the ceiling. I will talk about roof a little bit later. A roof is what you see on the...
Wait, why? Okay, so why do we need a clip of somebody else already explaining this? Like, we didn't need somebody, like, you've already explained the thing.
outside of a building. But when you look up, if you look up right now, I'm assuming you are all inside. What you see above your head is called the ceiling.
Let's hear some examples.
They
Oh, let's.
had you up on the roof?
Joey is having a secret Days of Our Lives party up on the roof, and he...
Like, this is their lives. They're just now... Wait, also, for one thing, this isn't a useful thing. Like, in terms of usage, because all it's just saying is up on the roof. You could also say up on the ceiling. It would be a completely different mental image they were conjuring up. But it's been done. I mean, ask Lionel Richie, who had a song about dancing on the ceiling. Was Kevin going to be like, Lionel is wrong here. He means dancing on the roof.
sent you guys to the play to get rid of you.
Bob, I saw how hard you struggled to get on the roof earlier.
And his eyes closed, and he looked up at the ceiling.
There it is. Ceiling.
Mixer playphrase.me. Now I'm kind of curious. What is playphrase.me? Oh, I see. Okay, so, okay, that's kind of interesting. That's kind of interesting. So you can, like, search this stuff and find somebody saying a thing in a movie? Is that the idea? Oh, okay, that's neat. I gotta bookmark that. I'll have a use for that. For one thing, I'm sure I heard somebody say, this fucking guy. Like, more or less like that, in a movie. I thought it was Joe Pesci. I looked around. I couldn't find him ever having said it in any fucking movie. So, maybe I can find it on there. Neat. Okay, useful thing we just picked up from, like, just completely incidentally from Kevin and Liza.
How do I stick to the ceiling?
Oh god, look at the ceiling.
So we see, if we're talking about the part that's inside your house...
The guy just explained it. How many times are you gonna...
Outside,
like, we already... You just explained that. Then you had a guy who you call a real teacher also explain that. And now you're back and explaining the exact... Well, like, why? This is why this video is an hour and 16 minutes. If things were only explained as much as they needed to be explained, it would be like 15 minutes.
that's the roof. So the ceiling is interior and the roof is exterior.
Yeah, you got
difference.
that. You already said that.
So, example, the ceiling is very low. He's almost touching the ceiling.
He isn't almost. I mean, if you want to be doing your thing, Kevin, he's also not almost touching the ceiling. He is literally talking. He is literally touching the ceiling. In fact, the fact that he is got his hand literally on the ceiling right now as he's saying this tells me he is in fact talking about the roof and not the ceiling, Kevin, because he's got his hand. You can see it. His hand is touching the ceiling. He's not touching the roof. He's not almost touching the ceiling. He is literally touching the ceiling, so it sounds like he is actually talking about the fucking roof. Hey, Atta, how you doing?
Is the ceiling very low?
And in this case, since this is probably the top story, the roof is also very low.
That's right, the ceiling is very low. Is he almost touching the ceiling?
No, he isn't almost touching the ceiling. He is touching the ceiling. You can see it in the video.
That's right, he's almost touching the ceiling. And this is a roofer. He's working on the roof. That's why he's called a roofer.
I mean, he's called a roofer even when he isn't working on the roof, though. They don't have a different name from when he gets down for the roof.
Let's practice. Is he a roofer?
I don't know, but he looks like he might be one.
That's right, he's a roofer. Is he working on the ceiling or the roof? That's right, he's working on the roof. This is also not correct.
Peacock, duck wants food, so let's give it some food real quick. This is corn.
Wait, is he going to give them some shit about real quick?
Or the duck. The duck is eating corn.
Duck wants food? The duck is eating corn?
Okay. Which thing is he going to object to here? Is he going to object to the fact that actually that looked like a goose?
I cannot say duck wants food.
Yes, you can, though. You just did. Sometimes it's even funny to say duck wants food.
If I talk about more than one, I can say ducks. Ducks want food, in general. But if it's specific, we say the duck. The duck wants food. And that's what he's talking about. He's talking about one specific duck.
No, he isn't. I mean, the main thing to correct here is that that's a goose, Kevin. That is not a duck.
Duck wants food. But wait a minute. It's not a duck.
This is his life. This is what he fucking... He could have made his YouTube channel about anything to do with the English language. And he made it about this.
It's a goose. So it should be the goose wants food.
Or goose wants food. So sometimes, you know, in English, sometimes we leave the article off, especially if we're just sort of winging it. People do that all the time. Like... Yeah, Jesus.
Because that's not a duck. That's a goose. This is a Toulouse goose. Let's watch a clip.
Oh, wow. Can we?
So, for one, we say goose. A goose. But if you have... Two,
you see, I want to get to the part... He said something about comprehensible input in this title. And I want to know what he's going to say. He puts it in brackets around avoid mistakes. Like, he's saying comprehensible input is a mistake or something like that. And I want to get to that.
These are geese. I know they're geese because how they talk. They honk. That's why I know they're geese. Geese honk.
How they talk, Kevin? I mean, see, I can say that. Most English speakers can say that. But somebody who makes videos like this, you don't get to say that. You have to say the sound they make. Because your entire channel is a monument to constipation.
And this is a duck. One duck, two ducks. And how do I know they're ducks? Because of how they talk.
But they're not making any sounds. Clearly, you know how that they're ducks anyway. They just because of what they look like. They look like ducks. This one,
they say quack quack. They don't honk. They quack. Ducks quack.
Ducks quack.
And geese honk. Let's practice. Do geese quack or do geese honk? That's right. Geese honk like this. That's a goose. That's the sound of a goose.
I'm very
And what about
curious.
ducks? Do ducks honk or do ducks quack?
This is a very long video, and I want to see where he's going to talk about comprehensible input, if he ever does. True enough. And also, is quacking talking? I'm going to skip a little bit.
Cookies. I cannot say it's cookies on the table or they are cookies on the table.
You can say it's cookies on the table. You say, what is that? What is that on the table? Oh, that's cookies on the table over there. People say that. I'm not going to say that it is, that editors will not ding you if you put that in writing. But you can say that.
I'm expressing the existence of cookies. I have to say there are. There are cookies on the table.
No, yeah, but you're not expressing existence. You're expressing the identification of an unidentified, unquantified thing. That over there on the table, that's cookies.
Let's practice. Are there any cookies on the table?
That's not what question this answers. I don't know, maybe. Like, okay.
I am cutting is in the present, happening right now. I'm cutting the tree.
I'm cutting the tree?
Yes, he was emphasizing it in order to make it clear what the ending was.
We cannot pronounce the word this way. We cannot say, I'm cutting the tree.
Well, okay. Like, people do, though.
Form is not leaves, it's leaves.
God, I'm just gonna skip through, and every single bit of this is the most boring thing he could possibly make.
Pronunciations are correct. First, this is not correct.
My shoes that you wear on your feet is outside, so let's go get them.
My shoes that you wear on your feet is outside? We cannot say
I
that.
mean, I
important
will
thing
say, there's all sorts of exciting things going on in that sentence. But people talk like native English speakers say like nonsensical stuff like this. He's like, what he's doing there. He's not saying that you wear on your feet. He's saying that one wears on one's feet. I.e., he is making sure that people who are watching are following him in understanding that what he's talking about is the thing you wear on your feet. And he interrupted himself, and that caused a breach in agreement.
Not cups. These are glasses. Because they're made of glass, we do not call them cups. We call them glasses.
You can make a cup out of glass, though.
Glasses.
Has to do with the shape.
Rug. This is a rag. We see the letter A makes the ass sound like black cat. 5 questions of what they learned today. Use from or about. Let's practice. Is he going to ask 5 questions about what they...
Just if you enjoyed eating it.
The expression that hit the spot does not mean something tasted delicious.
I mean, usually...
It means you ate the right amount of food.
No, it doesn't! Jesus! Like, okay, I wouldn't say that it is entirely precise to say it just meant it tasted delicious, but it doesn't mean you ate the right amount of food. That's not what that means. I mean, if I were going to explain that hit the spot, yeah, it was using emphasis, obviously. If I was going to explain that hits the spot, I would say that was exactly what I wanted. You know, that you say that when you got exactly what was needed. It is not about the amount. You don't say, oh, that didn't, you know, if you're eating something that you like, and what you needed was exactly 79.84 grams of it. You don't say, oh shit, hasn't hit the spot yet, I need 0.1 gram more of it.
You're not full anymore, and you're not too full. You're not...
That's not That's not what that means. Like, dude, how do you grow up speaking English and not know what that hit the spot means? I'm just trying to find him talking about comprehensible input here.
These are cupboards?
And now I'm starting to have the sinking feeling that he doesn't talk about it. He just throws that in there because it will show up in searches.
They're not cupboards. These are drawers. Cupboards are different. Let's talk about the word.
Yeah, exactly. I would say, I would consider that an acceptable definition, that you're satisfied. I would say I'd be okay with, you thought it was delicious. I mean, because generally if people don't say that something hit the spot if they thought it sucked. Though, I mean, if I were pressed to give a definition, it would be like, it wasn't just that it was good, it was exactly what you needed at a particular time, It was the exact thing that you had a craving for or whatever. That would be my very nitpicky sort of definition.
That's right. Most trees have leaves. So remember these plurals. One leaf, the tree. I'm cutting the tree. We cannot pronounce the word this way.
We already heard him.
And this is a sofa. A sofa that you sit on.
Really?
Let's practice. Is this a sofa that you sit on?
No, it's a sofa that you don't sit on. It is a sofa that will eat you if you sit on it. She's in mortal danger right now, and she doesn't even know it.
This is a dog, an animal.
Okay.
Prenun. So the two first vowels are the same sound. Pr, n. Closed and relaxed. Pren. Pronunciation. Not pronunciation. The verb is pronounce. You
Jesus.
Pronounce the word this way, you pronounce the word that way. But the noun is pronunciation, with a short sound. Pronunciation. Don't say pronunciation, say pronunciation.
Yes, exactly, Riveroon. Yeah, I mean, when you're speaking speculatively, you are expressing exactly what you're after. Like, exactly what you want.
Example.
But it does not mean this is the exact precise amount of fucking pizza that I wanted. Oh shit, it hit the spot too many times.
She wants to improve her pronunciation. So she's practicing.
Where does he find this clip art?
To improve her pronunciation. Let's practice. She wants to improve her pronunciation. That's right, she wants to improve her pronunciation. Is she practicing to improve her pronunciation? That's right, she's practicing to improve her pronunciation. Thank you for watching, and keep watching for more. First, don't say this.
This is a dog, an animal. The dog's color is beige.
The dog's color is beige?
I mean, yes, it is. Okay, so he says comprehensible input on the title. This is why I've decided to zero in on this.
We don't say this. We say the dog is beige.
Yes, but if you wanted to make sure that people understood that you were talking about the dog's color, you might say the dog's color is beige. The dog is beige in color.
We don't use the word color when we talk about colors. We use it in a question.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but we do if we're trying to be very specific and talking to people we think might otherwise not understand us.
I say, what color is the dog? And the answer, the dog is beige. The dog is light brown. But don't say the dog's color is beige. Example, the table is black. We don't say the table.
Actually, I mean, this table, I'm not sure if it's actually black. It looks like it is in silhouette.
The table's color is black. We just say the table is black. And we don't say the table has a black color. Don't use the word color when giving a color. Just say the name of the color. The table is black.
Yeah, no,
Let's practice.
this is just
What color is
wrong.
the
I
table?
mean,
That's right, the table is black. What color is the dog?
Yeah, exactly. And this guy, judging from the fact that right on the screen in the clip, it says comprehensible input, it sounds like he is being very careful with how specific he is because he's trying to make it accessible to English learners. So yeah, I mean, there you might be a little bit more extra. And in fact, there's a term for this. It's called teacher talk or foreigner talk. It is a term used in language acquisition theory. Because we all adjust when we think that there might be people who are not going to comprehend what we're saying, if our goal is to make sure that they do.
Dog is light brown. This is also not correct.
These are lemons, and this is a car.
These are lemons? But he's holding one lemon.
No, but maybe he's talking about more than one lemon.
These are lemons if you're only holding one of them. You have to say this is a lemon. Lemons are countable, so we use the article a. This.
Oh, I see. And comprehensible input is in brackets here, too. So he's not going to talk about comprehensible input. He's talking about, I guess, a channel called comprehensible input in brackets. Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing he is in a lemon grove. I assume that they're called groves. I've never actually heard... I've heard of orange groves, so I'm going to assume lemons also have groves. They're grove-forming fruit. But, yeah, if you're in a grove full of lemon trees and you're holding a lemon, you say, what fruit are these, all around us? And you just happen to have a fruit... then you would say these are lemons, even though, and you might hold a lemon in order to make it clear, since you can't really see what's on the tree. Like, shut up, Kevin.
This is a lemon. These are not lemons because there's only one.
But maybe there isn't only one.
There are more than one, so these are lemons.
Like, what do you think those trees were? They looked like fruit trees to me. I think there were lots of lemons, and you just couldn't see more than just that one, Kevin.
And this is a lemon. Let's practice. Are these lemons?
Film the scene. He found out the best angle.
We cannot say he found out a good angle.
Yeah, we can. I mean, even leaving aside the usual gag that I do there where you say, yes, you can say it because you just did, Kevin. Yeah, you could say that. For example, if you were asking around, like say you're like asking a more expert photographer, a more expert videographer or whatever, and they tell you a good angle, then you would find out a good angle from somebody. So yeah, actually, no, Kevin, you're full of shit.
3 steps to follow. Let's practice. How many steps are there? Are there just 3 steps?
There are 5 lights.
Software. It's just software. No articles with software. It's not a countable word. You can say an SRS app. App is countable. The word app is countable. You can say an SRS app, but not an SRS software. That's right. They sell hardware. It's a hardware store. That's what they sell.
Jesus, you could click on this video 1 hour and 16 minutes, and no matter where you click, it will be him being insufferable.
Have been. That was a question people have been asking. But I cannot say that was also a question that people asking. In the present, that is a question.
I lived in Canada for 18 years.
So I lived in Canada for 18 years? Wait a minute. He lived in Canada for 18 years and then he moved somewhere else?
Maybe.
Or does he still live in Canada? Let's watch.
Well, I mean, see, the fact that you have to ask that question already shows that this is not a good example to be using. Because I don't know where he lives. You probably don't know where he lives, Kevin. So maybe if he's saying we should just sort of take that as read.
Another clip.
So I didn't leave Canada. I'm just traveling here in South America, and my family is from here in Ecuador. So I just came to travel and visit family. So I didn't leave Canada. I'm just traveling here.
Well, yeah, except, I mean, you would call that leaving Canada even if you intend to return.
Canada. So we cannot say, I lived in Canada for 18 years, because he's...
Yeah, but you can. You can, because I lived in... Okay, for example, I lived in Canada for 18 years before coming here. Even though you intend to return and you intend to live there permanently again once you do, you're not there now. So yeah, you can actually use the past tense there, Kevin. But I'm still not finding... I guess he's not going to express an opinion on comprehensible input other than...
Think. Altogether, I'm worried what other people are going to think. Other people are going to think. So we don't hear are, we hear what other people are going to think. I'm worried what other people are going to think. I cannot say I'm worried what's other people going to think. Use are.
Well, it sounds like maybe he started to say one thing and then he said something else.
Singapore is a country in Asia. Let's hear another one.
But I still want to go to Philippines, Indonesia.
Go to Philippines?
Well, maybe he only wants to go to some of them. Yeah, I mean, not all of the Philippines. Like, there are... The reason it's plural is that it's a whole bunch of islands. Maybe you want to go to a Philippine.
The article the, when we talk about the country Philippines, it's a special country because it's a series of islands. We say the Philippines.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that that necessarily makes it all that special. There are a lot of countries that are mostly a series of islands. But, yeah, but people leave that article all the time. They leave that off all the time. Like, I mean, there's a song called by the Beach Boys, and it always annoyed the hell out of me that because it says Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty mama, where not only do we just completely take off the from the Bahamas, but then on top of that we singularize it. That is much more deserving of this treatment, personally. That, and apparently, if I remember correctly, the song is called Kokomo, which is a place in Indiana, which I've never actually understood that. I mean, it's a rule as much as anything in English is a rule.
So I cannot say, I want to go to Philippines. We say, I want to go to the Philippines. So example, he wants to go to Asia. He wants to go to Singapore, not Singapore, and he wants to go to the Philippines. He wants to go to Singapore and the Philippines. Let's practice. Does he want to go to Singapore and the Philippines?
He is being asshole. I do this because I feel like the one thing that could possibly force him, like, to just be incapable of not clipping me in a way that possibly increases my view count is if I deliberately put grammatical error in every one of my live streams until, like, the power of my non-agreement and lack of article just gives him an aneurysm and he is forced to respond.
That's right, he wants to go to Singapore and the Philippines, 2 Asian countries. This is also not correct.
This could be reading, watching comprehensible input videos like my ones, which are made to help you learn and acquire English.
I cannot say watching videos like my ones.
Yeah, you can. People say that all the time.
I cannot use possession before ones.
Yeah, actually you can. That is a regional thing. Yeah, if you said, I'd like to go to the Hawaiians with that, that sounds like you've got a proposal that you have to run by them.
I can say big ones and small ones, old ones and young ones, but I cannot say my ones.
Yeah, no, Kevin, you should not say it, because you put so much stank in it, it sounds like you're talking about things I don't want to think about.
We cannot use possessive here. You have to say my videos or mine. So it's correct to say watching videos like mine or watching videos like my videos.
God,
but not watching videos like my ones. We cannot say this. So he says a good way to practice is by watching videos
like his ones. Like his ones. Like, don't watch Kevin's ones. See, I'm just gonna do this on purpose. I never would speak like this. But he just, like, he's so annoying about this that I feel compelled to do this.
His. Not like his ones, but like his. So again, he says it's a good idea to practice your English by watching videos like his. Let's practice. Does he say it's a good idea to practice English by watching videos like his?
Nod.
That's right, he says it's a
Well,
good
you
idea
nodded
to
well.
practice English by watching videos like his. Long sentence. This is also not correct.
You go to my website, it'll be in the description and the comments, and you get the 3,000 list word there.
You can get the 300 list word there?
First of all, it was 3,000, and wow, that's so astute of you, Kevin. You noticed that he stumbled. People stumble in front of microphones. We don't get to see your outtakes. I don't want. Actually, I'd love to see if somebody like leaks the fucking the Kevin every English for everyone outtakes. I would love to see it. I'm there for it. I will binge watch that shit.
List word? This is not correct. He means
Yeah, he knows it's not correct. He stumbled. People do that. Jesus.
you can get the 300 word list there. 300 word functions as an adjective. There's no S. It goes for list. The 300 word list.
We cannot say the 300 word list. First of all, 300 word is being used as an adjective here. It needs to be hyphenated. Second of all, did he say the 300 word list? I think he actually said the 3,000 word list.
Not the 300 list word, and not the 300 words list, but the 300 word list. You can get the 300 word list there, with the link, by clicking the link. You can get the 300 word list. Let's practice. How can you get the 300 word list? Can you get the 300 word list by clicking the link?
Actually, I mean, if somebody sent a website that looks like this, I would not click on that link. You're going to get something. I don't think it's going to be a high frequency word list. I think it's probably going to be malware. I think you're going to be clicking on a keylogger if it looks like that.
That's right. You can get the 300 word list by clicking the link. And don't say this either.
Just more classes. Where they just
Also, 300 word list sounds like you're counting lists. It's the 300 word list. Like, the 300 word list sounds like you're failing to pluralize the word list.
The link. And don't say this either.
just boring classes where they just sit in a desk, have a piece of paper, and write stuff down.
They just sit in a desk?
Yeah, just one really big fucking desk.
Sit in a desk?
Yes, in a desk. Imagine there's this big, huge fucking desk, and everybody's sitting inside it amongst, like, the paper clips and stuff.
Wait, in a desk?
Wow.
On a desk or at a desk? What's the difference? Keep watching to find out and to practice more.
Wow. See, I was gonna not keep watching, but now we're going to find out and practice more, so I'm hooked now.
So if I talk about a desk, I can use the following prepositions. In the desk, on the desk, at the desk, and by the desk. But they're all different, so let's take a closer look. If I talk about objects that are on the top surface of the desk, I say, is she working at her desk?
And yeah, I want to. That could be a very cozy scene.
Green beans. I cannot use the short I like this is. I need the long E like green beans. The
long E like green beans.
And avoid using go out of my house because it's not as common as the verb leave.
So if something's not as common, like, avoid using that fucking ring light, Kevin. Jesus, yeah, it looks like, I mean, that looks like either, that lighting looks like either a mugshot or a morgue shot. Dude. But, yeah, so avoid using that lighting. We cannot, I mean, I shouldn't talk about lighting because mine isn't great, though I think it's improving. But, damn. I don't know what he did. He usually, the lighting is better, but this is scary, actually. But before we go, because I am going to cut this a little short, I have a couple of things I need to do. But let me just say, just because something is less common doesn't mean you should avoid it. That depends entirely on the context and your intentions. Sometimes you want to use a weird-ass, rare word for a specific purpose. Like, just don't listen to this jabroni. Like, if you're an English learner and you get this stuff in your recommendations from this guy, this is not a way to learn English. This is a way to learn to be very annoying, actually. And so, yeah. Well, we got a couple minutes.
Leave. In the past, left. Example. She leaves the house in the morning. She goes out of the house in the morning? That doesn't sound right. She leaves the house in the morning. She leaves the house in the morning and she goes to work. Let's practice. Does she leave the house in the morning?
Yeah, but you can also say go out of the house, especially if you're coming right back in. Especially if this isn't something she does often. But I'm going to just wrap it up right now. Thank you to everyone who joined in. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Tomorrow I am not going to be here because I have this memorial for my mother's late husband that we're preparing for, that I'm actually part of preparing for in just a couple of minutes. So I will see you again on this coming Friday at 4:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. And I look forward to seeing you then. In the meantime, if you're not already in the Discord, let me show you how to get there. If I can just move my chat window so that I can get where I need to go. There we go. Yes. There's the Discord link. Thank you to everyone. And this is the beginning of the month when the Patreons refresh, and let me just thank my Patreon supporters. I really appreciate that. It actually is a big help. And if you'd like to become one,